So I've been baking to start my day today, yay! So I'll show you what I'm doing right now. These are, what are they called? Peanut butter protein snack muffins. These are another recipe I found from Rachel Sharp's channel. These are just about ready to go into the oven. It's supposed to make 18. I don't know how, because I filled my muffin pans up 2/3 like the recipe says, but there's not another 6 lots of muffins in there. Oh well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm about to put these in the oven and I'll check in again soon. Okay, now I can do a proper good morning. Hello Granger. Hi. Yes, I've done some baking so far this morning. Today is day 8 and I have some muffin in my mouth. So, which is very rude. Why am I vlogging with muffin in my mouth? I've broken my fast just now at 9 o'clock. I was hoping to get to at least 9:30, but I was starting to get a slight dizzy spell again, so I thought, no, okay, I'm gonna break my fast. My body's still not used to not eating. So yesterday all I did have was that coffee. My body's not used to not eating, so I thought, well, okay, if I'm feeling a bit rubbish this morning, I'll just eat. So I got to 35.5 hours fast. And I'm now just sitting down to a coffee with cream and also 2 of the peanut butter protein snack muffins that I made this morning. I ended up getting 15 out of my batch. So that's 3 short from what the recipe says. So I'm gonna have to recalculate the calories per each. My calories came out to 101 per muffin because I couldn't find unsweetened applesauce, so I had to use just regular sweetened applesauce. But I did skip the recipe says stevia, but I skipped that because of the sweetener in the applesauce. And honestly, eating it now, because peanut butter to me is savoury, the lack of sweetness, because they're not overly sweet as they are, and I can't imagine putting any sweetener in them. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with them at the moment. The texture is quite nice, they're quite moist. I'll just show you now what I've got. So these are the muffins here. They're quite dense muffins because there's no flour in them, there's just protein powder and some baking powder and bicarb and some oats. So you blend it all up, as you saw it was in the blender. So yeah, these, if you make 18, they're 101 calories each. I haven't done the calculation yet for 15. But yeah, they're pretty tasty. So I'm just gonna sit down and eat my breakfast and go and finish the dishes, I guess. Today's gonna be pretty quiet. I'm expecting my yarn delivery today because I didn't get that on Thursday. So I might leave it there. I've got leftovers from last night's dinner, but I'll talk about that in my next video. Hiya! It is now 3:42 in the afternoon. Simon will be finishing work at 4 and he'll be heading home. I thought I'd better check in to do my afternoon check-in. Obviously today is an eat day. I have had a couple of snacks. I had my lunch, which was a smoky sausage and veg roasted bake thing. Well, it wasn't really a bake, it was just roasted veggies and sausage and stuff with some rice. And then I had a leftover piece of birthday cake, and I've just had a few water crackers and some salsa verde, which is my new favorite thing. I might need to learn how to make my own though. I don't know where I'd find green tomatoes, but because I get the Coles one. I've got it here in front of me, so I get this Coles one, and it's quite hot. I'm not a huge hot food kind of person. I don't mind a bit of heat, but yeah, it's very hot because it's made out of green tomatoes and jalapenos. So I do enjoy it. I like the flavour a lot, but yeah, it's a little bit hot. Probably didn't help that I had it with cracked pepper water crackers as well. Maybe I need to get myself some plain water crackers to go with my salsa verde. So I had 8 crackers and just dipped it into the salsa verde, which I think is only about 9 calories per 20 grams. I don't know if I had 20 grams, but I put down that I had 40. I don't think I had that much. So with the water crackers. I think my snack was only about 100 or so calories. I've already put in my dinner into my tracker, which will be spinach and artichoke wonder pot, which is a pasta dish, and that is only about 350 calories. So altogether with what I've already eaten today and my dinner, I'm just over 2,000 calories for the day, I believe. So I could probably have a little bit of something else later if I really feel like it, but I'm hoping to finish at dinner so that my fasting period can start at, you know, 7 o'clock, 7:30, something like that. I had to break early today. I think I spoke about this earlier because yeah, I wasn't feeling really good this morning, so I thought I'd better eat. And the only reason that I was supposed to wait so long was because we didn't finish eating on Saturday night until about 9:30, and that's when we had our cake that night. So I think that's it for this afternoon. Nothing really much has been happening. I've just been doing a bit of knitting this week. After tomorrow, I've got a therapy appointment tomorrow. But Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be dyeing yarn, and Friday I'll be cleaning. So the rest of the weekend's going to be quite busy, so I thought I'd take today just to relax and have a bit of time on my own. I like being on my own. And here comes Granger. He's just coming here to invade my aloneness. But yeah, so apart from today and tomorrow, I mean tomorrow I have to go out and drive, which I don't like doing because of my anxiety. But yeah, it has to be done. I need my therapy. So yeah, after today and tomorrow I'm gonna have a very busy end of the week. So yeah, I'm just enjoying this day just to sit and knit and watch some YouTube videos. And yeah, that's about it. So I guess I'll chat to you later on to sign off day 8. Good morning everybody, it is day 9, it is Tuesday, today is a fast day. I'm just going to quickly record this. I forgot to record last night, I was too tired and ended up going to sleep. I need to head out in about 5 minutes to go to my therapy, and then I'll be out for a little while because I'm going to drop the car back off with Simon, and then I'm going to take public transport home because like it really wreaks havoc with my anxiety driving back to get Simon in the afternoon, so I'm going to try and avoid that. I've got my knitting packed up, I've got my backpack packed up. I've packed myself a couple of those muffins that I made yesterday, those peanut butter snack muffins, so just in case I get hungry. I am hungry right now. I've had 1 coffee. I added a little tiny bit, 2 tablespoons of almond milk to my coffee this morning, made it a lot more palatable, and I think that was only about 6 calories, so I would still consider that not breaking my fast. Granger and I have had a walk this morning, and yeah, I'm going to be out for much of the day, I suppose, so hopefully that'll keep me distracted from food. But I need to fly now, so I will talk to you all later. Hey, I'm home. I've been home for a little while. I did so much walking today because I got the wrong bus, so I had to walk a lot further than I was expecting to, but that's fine. I didn't walk very far yesterday, so I guess it makes up for it. I have eaten a little today. Obviously it's a fast day, so when I got home I had another coffee with just a smidge of almond milk in it again, so it's like 6 or 7 calories for the coffee. And I had 2 of my peanut snack muffins that I made yesterday, so I'm only up to a total of about 256 calories, I think it is. I'm well and truly under the 500 calories that I'm limiting myself to on a fast day if I need to eat. I was feeling a little bit sick, like sick to my stomach sick, so I thought, well, I might have something to eat. Yeah, I thought maybe I would just have a couple of muffins, just have something to eat. They're only 126 calories each. So I had a couple of those, had my coffee, and I'm hoping that that's going to be it for the day. although I do have approximately 250 calories left to get up to my 500 calories of fast day. I'm going to try not to eat them. But today I really want to eat. I don't know whether it's because of all of the walking that I did, but I really want to eat today, which is not great for fasting. But I'm going to try and stick to it. I'm not going to eat if I can help it at all. And I think a lot of the reason that I want to eat today is actually because, like I said earlier, I had therapy today. And often because I do suffer a lot with anxiety and some depression, and while it's not as bad as it was like 6 years ago when I started getting therapy, it is still something that I deal with on a daily basis. And I think just through going to therapy and talking about things and bringing things up, and although it does give me some relief going to therapy, because it's positive reinforcement that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm getting better and that kind of thing. It does bring up a lot of emotions that otherwise wouldn't come up, so I'm not surprised that I kind of want to eat today. And I think it's I don't feel hungry, and I haven't felt dizzy today at all either. I think it's just because emotions have been brought up, and I have a history of emotional eating. I can't say I'm actively an emotional eater these days. I'm usually pretty good at, identifying that and sort of putting a pin in it before it gets too far. But yeah, I'd say the reason I want to eat today is just because of it's emotional eating, pretty much. And that's not a great reason to eat, and nor is it a great reason to break my fast. So I'm going to stick with my 2 very low calorie coffees and my couple of muffins and leave it at that. But I think that's probably it for now. I'm going to be cooking for the guys later probably, unless Simon decides he's going to give me a night off, and I don't know what that is as yet. If it's something interesting, I might take you along. But for now, that is all. Good morning everybody. It is day 10, I believe, of my fasting journey. I didn't check in again last night. I went to bed quite early. I was pretty tired. My washing machine is going in the background, but it just coincided with the most convenient time for me to record, so I'll try and get rid of it in post. But yeah, I didn't end up eating any more yesterday. Simon ended up having some barbecue chicken and chips because our housemate went out last night, so I wasn't eating. The housemate wasn't here, so Simon just decided to get some chicken and chips Uber Eated over, and my god, it smelled so good. After what I said to you yesterday about how I just wanted to eat all the things because of my emotional state, smelling his dinner, yeah, it was Struggle Town, population Julianne. He tried to offer me a chip because I said to him, are the chips good? Because we got Uber Eats. For some reason around here, around our area, they have a lot of bicycle delivery people, and usually when I get it delivered on the bicycle, my food, especially if it's a hot food, just ends up being soggy, and because it steams in the insulated bags that they use, and I hate getting stuff on bicycles. But anyway, his food got delivered on a bicycle, but turns out it was okay. His food always turns out fine. It's always my food that gets disgusting. But anyway, maybe I'm just picky, I don't know. Yeah, I asked him how the chips were, and he said, oh no, they're pretty good, do you want to try one? And here's a really crunchy one, which is like my favorite. I love super crunchy chips, and I'm like and he held it there in front of me, and I'm thinking, babe, you're the most supportive husband ever, and you know what I'm trying to do. Why are you waving a chip in front of my face? But anyway, I resisted. I didn't eat the chip, although they smelled really, really effing good. But yeah, so I didn't eat any more than what I spoke about in my last video. Today, as I said, is day 10. I have not long had my breakfast. I managed to get 38.5 hours of fasting, not, including my modified fast yesterday. And I'm just doing dishes. I'm going to do some yarn dyeing today. I was going to do some for my pre-orders, but I've just decided that this week I'm just going to take off. I'm just not feeling well this week. I don't want to push myself too hard. Like, I think it's not necessarily physically unwell. I'm actually feeling quite down this week, and after having therapy yesterday, I have the things that I need to do to get myself back on track and feeling good and things like that, but I've just decided I'm just going to give myself the rest of this week to do as I please and then really get into things next week. So yeah, I'm going to do some yarn dyeing for myself, for a project for myself. I'm going to create a new colorway. And I'm excited, so I'm just going to do that. I've changed the bed already this morning. I've walked the dog. I had quite a busy morning actually. It is 20 to 10 at the moment. I've got my yarn in soaking, so I'm going to work on that. And I'm pretty full after breakfast. I ended up eating just over 500 calories, I think. So like way more than I ate on yesterday on my modified fast day in one meal. I was very hungry when I woke up this morning, so it's kind of a miracle that I actually got to 38.5 hours. I'm still drinking my coffee. I'm not really feeling it today. After having had the coffee with almond milk, the last two coffees that I had yesterday, I'm actually thinking that I prefer it to the cream, just that little touch of almond milk. And when I think about it, a full cup of coffee that I have with cream is like 162 calories, when I can have a cup with a couple of tablespoons of almond milk, which I really enjoyed, for 7 calories. It's kind of like, I think maybe I'll give up the cream, because having a cup of coffee, 1 cup of coffee, take up nearly 200 calories in my daily budget just seems a little nonsensical. So I think I'm going to possibly, once the cream that I have is all gone, not buy anymore and just stick to the almond milk. And that's kind of handy too, because a lot of the recipes that I'm looking at use almond milk in them, like the overnight oats, the peanut butter snack muffins, both of which I ate for breakfast this morning. That's why I had my leftover overnight oats. I think next time I'm only going to be making half the batch that I made this time, simply because I had 4 serves in the end, because it was supposed to serve 2, I think, the recipe, but it was just too much. Like, I couldn't eat half of that as a meal. Like, it was just too much. I mean, it's full of oats and chia seeds, so it's like very filling and very like plump in your belly. So it's like I could only really get through half of it before, so that batch that I made the other night served 4 different occasions. And I didn't really feel like them this morning, but I knew that they were going to go bad, so I thought I'd better eat them, because especially tomorrow's a fast day, which means it won't be until Friday that they get eaten, and yeah, I just didn't think that they would last that long. So yeah, I got rid of those this morning by eating them for breakfast. I have decided that I'm super in love with my peanut butter cupcakes. I think they're really nice, and I think those are definitely something that I'm always going to keep in the fridge for myself, because I make quite a few. I've still got a ton in the container, even though I've been like eating them 2 at a time. There's still it's like it's a never-ending pack of Tim Tams. Instead of just, instead it's just peanut butter snack muffins. But yeah, those are something I think I'm going to continue to make. And yeah, there's probably enough rambling for the morning. I feel like I've just gone on a million tangents and just kept rambling. That's probably about it. No, I don't think there's anything else interesting to include. So I guess I'll talk to you after lunch. Hey everybody, I've just recorded my podcast and I realised that I did not sign out of last night's vlog. Simon and I both ended up going to bed quite early last night, and I realised I didn't do yesterday afternoon as well. So complete vlog fail yesterday. So while I'm here and I'm all set up with good lighting and things like that, I thought I would stop in. I am feeling better. The start of the next podcast, I'll be complaining about having a runny nose and things, but like I'm actually feeling better now. I'm still a bit froggy in the throat, but feeling a little better. So yesterday I ended up eating not enough. I struggled really hard to eat enough, trying to get up to my minimum 1884 calories or whatever it was. I was really struggling to get there. So by the time dinner was done, I was only at 1600 and something, so I wasn't even at my basal metabolic rate. So I had to find some high calorie foods, and I was full. That was the problem. I was full and I was just like, I didn't want to eat anymore. So I ended up having another one of my peanut snack muffins. I've only got one left now, so I need to do some more baking. And a hot cross bun, actually. Simon has got some apple cinnamon hot cross buns, so I ended up eating that. I was thinking, should I put screen caps of my daily calories in? Would you be interested in seeing that? I can just do like a little screen grab and add them to my vlogs. But yesterday I ended up eating 2071 calories. So my little app that I'm using, this is a Calorie King tracking app. I'm not sure what it's actually called because they have two apps. They have a food database and then they have like a food tracking app. So this is blue, like this, on, you know, before you hit your goals on the app. But then they turn green once this is my exercise, this is my calories. And it hit green when I ate 2071 calories. So that means I was over my BMR, under my TDEE. So the only thing was I really didn't want to eat anymore after dinner. So that's a little bit of a struggle. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even eat my whole. I ended up having some leftover of the one pot American goulash that was still in the fridge for my lunch, and I measured myself out the 1.5 cups, which is what the serving was worth, and I couldn't even eat it all. In the end, I think I left 1/3 to 1/2 cup of that food. So Granger ended up eating that. So yeah, like I mean, I just don't think I was very hungry yesterday, and trying to get to that minimum amount of calories that I wanted to eat in a day was a bit of a struggle. But in the end, I just did it with a small, sort of high calorie, energy dense food right at the end of the day, just to give myself a few more calories. I'm thinking perhaps I might start taking vitamins on my eat days, because I have a tendency to be a little bit anemic. So in the past I've had to have iron and things like that to try and get myself back up to, you know, sort of a regular iron level. I also suffer quite a bit from restless legs, also because I have depression, vitamin D helps, and because I am a vampire and I hate the sun, taking a vitamin D supplement is probably a good idea too. And I used to take all of these all the time, but I've stopped probably in the last 3 months, 5 months, something like that. I'm not really sure why, I just ended up stopping. So I'm thinking I might take those again on my eat days. So if I am a little bit lacking in nutrients and things like that, and that could be affecting my energy level as well, I should hopefully be able to fix that a little bit. So that's what I might do from tomorrow, is to start having vitamins on my eat days, like at dinner or with breakfast or something, just so that I can give myself a little bit of a boost and see if I can make sure that I keep my energy levels high and I don't risk getting anemia, and perhaps help with my restless legs. So that's kind of where I'm at. I guess from there I can probably sign this off now. So thank you for watching part 1 of week 2. Sorry for forgetting to vlog last night. But yeah, I guess I will see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my vlog, and thanks for checking up on me, and I really appreciate you being here. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in part 2 of week 2.